Apex Insiders podcast. We got the betting crew here. Renegade Gambler, our boy Integrity Bets is back. I don't think he was with us last time, but he has graced us with his presence.
Skiving.
Yeah, he's what?
He was skiving.
Is
that not an American term?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was I doing?
I don't know what you were doing, but you missed us is what we know.
That's the most important thing.
That was the most important part, yes. But I tried to carry the torch. I believe we did have a wonderful Free Money Friday, but just like every session, it feels like FP1 is kind of like piss, except if you're live betting with me. And then we get into FP2 and we just cash it. So, but you're back. We're back for it. And we got Baku. We got the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Well, let's get it started, guys. So we're back to a street course. Yay, street course. We go back-to-back street courses. Unique one, too. This one's got the fun one where it has that long-ass straight and a lot of 90-degree turns. Rear limited track. I think what are we dealing with? The hardest compounds, right? I think that's where we're going, the C3 through 5. So yeah, man, it's I don't know. I can't tell if I actually like this track or not, or if this brings entertainment. But it seems like it has. I don't know if it's going to be awesome for overtaking or not, but we're about to find out. But yeah, let's just dive right into it. People they're itching. We've been off for a week, so we want to get some odds talks going. So, of course, you have been gone, and I'm going to go straight to you, Integrity Bets. I don't know if you have anything, but...
Oh, come on. Listen, don't not forgotten. Listen, of course we're back. It's Free Money Friday. That's what we do.
That's exactly right. Free money.
I really like this one this week, actually. We've kind of stuck with one guy pretty much all year, Mr. Moneyman George, against Lewis. And he's definitely going to be a part of our little parlay today. This year, just George on Lewis alone, he's 12-3. FP1 head-to-head. That's 80% hit rate. Kind of hard to find any sport with those kind of hit rates, so we're just going to keep hitting it until it doesn't make any sense anymore. I think that's sitting around minus 170 by itself, somewhere around there. But we have also another one we're going to put on top of that. We have a rookie stepping in this race. I think it was first time ever here at Baku. And that's going to be called Pinto. I'm not going to try to butcher that, but I saw Brandy call him Pinto Beans earlier, so I'm just going to roll with that one. So we're going to go Albin over Pinto Beans and George over Lewis. It's going to come out I got it on minus 114. I like it there, especially just with a 2-man. If you want to get it at a better price and get you a little more over even money, you can always throw Max in there. I think Max has beat Checo every time but once this year in FP1. But Max could be all depressed about Dewey, and Checo does like it here, so tad better risk. But if you want a better price, it's always there. A couple dogs I like.
Focus, George. Focus.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there, man. He's got George, man. He's got George. So George, let me just first recap that one. George over Hamilton and parlayed with Albon over Calapinto minus 114.
Yeah, and if you throw Max in there over Checo, that'll get you plus 103 right there to even money.
Okay. And what is
and some dogs I'm looking at, Stroll over Alonso. Both of them are pretty even street tracks, and just here Baku in general. Alonso has a slight edge. He's got better positions wise, but they're really neck and neck. Stroll over the last 5, he's 4-1 against his teammate in FP1, and that's plus 145. I think that's worth at least half a unit. Try to get you some quick money up. And then our new guy, Mr. Ollie Bierman, over Hulk at 2-1. If you don't know, Bierman last year raced here at F2, and I've swept pretty much everything. And he won FP1, got pole. I think he won the sprint and the race. Maybe not the race. I know he won at least 3. So pretty much Max Verstappen around here. Hulk himself in FP1 is not really the greatest. He's been kind of a slow starter this year. It's especially in street tracks. Not the best. I think K-Mag's even got him twice this year. So we'll take a little with the gamble on Bierman here at 2-1.
Yeah.
And if you want to get even crazier, throw them both together, you get plus 615. So why not?
Damn, getting really wild.
I wouldn't recommend doing that, but at least dance on both of them. Why not?
Well,
but that's free money. It's cashing. So join in.
It's funny because I think the Discord was popping about Hulk over Botas. I want to say I don't know what it was.
Was it?
Yeah, I think everyone's expecting Haas or not Haas, Kick, whatever you want to call him. Just give it up.
And that's what I can't remember who, and I don't know if it's Jens Christians that said there seems to always be this trend with Hulk and FP1 where, probably doing testing, doing whatever, and he doesn't really do well in FP1. So
doesn't do well, and when sometimes he gets a little gun heavy, he likes to push, like we've seen him spin many times, and this is not really what a place you're going to do this. Like turn 8, calling someone. So he's always at risk to hit something, especially at 2-1.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm honestly, I don't have any opinions on a lot for FP1, to be quite honest with you. I kind of just want to see cars on tracks. Can't get my mind straight with FP1, but
yeah, stick with 80% and fading rookies.
Well,
easy money.
As soon as I say that, then Brandy steps in and he has this Ocon over Calapinto play on MGM, and I was like, that's just too good. So that was my FMF play so far, my only FP play so far, which is Ocon over Calapinto, which most got it at plus 160, and they took it down. This was on MGM, came back up at plus 140, and I sent it with one unit. I just did 1 unit on it. I said, I'm not going to even think twice. I'm not going to overthink this. You got a guy that's never raced here at Baku. Like, I just can't imagine, Ocon can't beat him in FP1, though the car does scare me. That's the only thing. And hell, maybe he does come out and just surprises us, but worth the risk for me, especially at those odds. But yeah, that was the only thing that just caught my eye. But that's not my play. That was just something I wanted to call out based on Brandy Burnout's look. That was a good scour of the lines there. Let's go do our man Renegade. What do you have?
Yes. Good evening. So I think that the market is really overreacting to Charles Leclerc winning at Monza due to McLaren error. And I think backing Piastri in some way is the way to go. Whether you do win only or win each way. But my play would be to back him for the podium, and you can get him around 1.8 or minus 125. I think that's a good price. He's in a rocket ship. I think he's 3 out of 5 against Norris in the last 5 races. He can qualify well. It should be done and dusted, I think, for a podium at least. Red Bull are probably still dead, and Mercedes probably don't have the race pace to compete. So that's my main pick for the weekend.
Yeah, man, I struggled with that one. That was one that I looked at that and I chalked. Well, I mean, I think it was still a great price. I don't want to say great price, but I opted to do Leclerc top 3 instead of Piastri top 3 just because the trend. That was it. You gave me that trend. I have to back it, and I am kind of buying high a little bit, though I don't think it's too much because I think over the course of the past month, Leclerc odds have been like around that even minus 110 for top 3 before the weekend. But yeah, I think that's just sound. I would not try to push on the top 3 odds just yet because I think some books have already reacted to that. I think most books now are showing Piastri minus 175, minus 165. I don't know what it is. But Yeah, it's hard. I think that's sound. Basically, the overreaction to Leclerc winning and Ferrari showing their speed and whatnot, but it's hard to ignore that.
And I
It's good.
think what would have been interesting is if we saw Russell not crashing out, well, not quite, but damaging his wing turn one
Mm-hmm.
because he was in third. What sort of race he would have had?
Yeah,
Like, would he been faster than Leclerc? We don't really know.
yeah, for sure. And that's why I'm a little hesitant about going into this weekend because it's just still tight margins. I think the expectation is how you called it out. McLaren, rocket ship, Ferrari. I mean, right now everyone is seeing the improvements. I guess you could say Red Bull is looking like crap, and then Mercedes is in this unknown. But if I'm going to make any kind of assumptions or anything like that, I still think this does benefit. This type of track will still benefit Mercedes. I don't know about tire drag, but let's just talk about one lap pace. Definitely does still benefit Mercedes. They do have pretty good top end speed. They have that rear that just they can, if they can get their tires right, they can really get the rear sticking. So we'll see. Again, all depends. Let's see how FPs go. Well, let's go ahead and talk about some other markets. How's that sound? I do have one thing I wanted to talk. Since we're on the topic of George Russell from your play, Tegrity, one thing I found interesting was right now for the race top 6, every single book has George Russell at around minus 200 or even higher. Lewis Hamilton is like minus 275, minus 300. But DK, DraftKings, is offering George Russell at minus 175, top 6. Talk to me.
Well, I was looking at that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been staring at that since yesterday. I feel like I could get a better number if he does fuck up, which we've kind of seen from, one of the Mercedes fucks up. But it's kind of hard to ignore that they're just laying that out there for you at minus 175. I don't know. Let's discuss. What do we think?
I mean, just overall, Mercedes not been the best on street tracks circuits this year. It's always that risk, I guess. It's Saudi. You got P6, Lewis nowhere to be found. Australia, pretty similar.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at these rear
Monaco,
limited.
Similar. Miami, similar. I think Miami was probably their best result, 6 and 8. So pretty consistent down there, 8 and 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing
But Mercedes does look a lot better since that first half of the season where we were having all those front-loaded street circuits. So,
and I don't know if they're bringing upgrades.
Situation, yeah.
If they're going to bring any track-specific upgrades or anything, I actually did not capture that. Probably should have. But I know like Ferrari is. I know McLaren's going to bring some stuff, but it may be small. It could be big. I don't know.
My gut still sticks with Ferrari. Like, I'm sure there's not saying that they can like 1-2 McLaren or anything, but as far as like top threes, but not.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I think I still be going to Ferrari.
Okay.
But I think even still, if we think Red Bull is dead, which I don't know how much we think it, are they going to put in another Monza performance? I'm not sure. But George Russell should finish ahead of his teammate, who seems to only turn up at the British Grand Prix once a year. So George Russell, and he's got a good qualifier, and it's sort of a similar pace. He probably beats Perez default, and then it's just one other guy he has to beat, his teammate or Max Verstappen or Carlos Sainz probably does that as well, one of them at least.
And Carlos Sainz,
and then you're just hoping he doesn't do what he does at Monza.
I mean, they haven't had double top 6. I don't think they've had one since.
Wait, Ferrari?
No,
Oh,
Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah.
They would have
Technically,
done it at
the
Silverstone,
DQ,
but they
yeah,
were
the
doing it.
DQ got them, but otherwise, they've always had one guy right there around 7 and 8.
And they would have done in Austria, but he was disqualified probably.
Well, and that's Mercedes'
Awesome.
strength, I think,
You
is
still got to be both, both McLarens, both Ferraris and Max.
and that's where
Yeah.
people are down on Mercedes, is because this is the type of track where it does benefit a Ferrari because they're really good on the braking zones. And one strength that Mercedes has is they're more inept for faster tracks like a Silverstone with the higher speed cornering, but still they still have very good top speeds, but it's just a matter of can they get through these 90-degree turns at the same type of speed and pace as as a Ferrari, a McLaren. But going back to Red Bull, yeah, the next 2 weeks, I mean, they're just working off of, they're really just kind of testing, I guess you could say, in a way. They're just trying to
Just trying to fix something.
yeah,
The balance.
they're trying to minimize the damage, and they're looking ahead to say, even if I'm not saying they're going to sacrifice the next 2 races or anything, but it's almost like they are kind of sacrificing the next 2 races to see what can they improve, because then their next big upgrades, I think, is going to be in Coda, where they will try to make this, down the stretch, they've hopefully solved for it. So right now they're just using a mix of old and new parts. So I just
And
can't.
what's even worse for Red Bull is that Singapore's next, and they were just awful last year, and that's when they had a
Yeah.
good car. So, and they can't do curbs this year,
Yeah.
and you sort of need to do that at Singapore.
Yeah.
But coming back to here, I think after Monza, Max Verstappen was saying that both championships don't look realistic at the moment, so I don't think there's a magic fix for these races,
Mm-hmm.
and just bet accordingly. Because I saw Max Verstappen was evens for podium. It's impossible. There's no way, unless there's a load of DNFs, that he's getting on the podium. I don't think.
No, I can't see it. Not at this point.
Yeah, and that's
I mean, maybe if he got pole, which I don't see how that can even happen.
I mean, it's still Max. Let's be real.
Yeah,
maybe they find, but I'm
car's
not
only
gonna.
take him so far, and it
Yeah,
just looks so bad.
and I'm not gonna back that. Right. It's one of those situations where I don't care how good of a driver you are, but your car is in shambles. Your development is in shambles, and you haven't won a race, or what, 2 top 3s or something like that in the last 4.
He got second. That's at his house though.
Yeah,
So that's
so
always.
there's something that
Silverstone.
I'm trying. I want to try to do this. Maybe this is going to be better for next year. Is trying to see how these different cars with tires in these specific tracks, because that was one thing I was trying to look back at, and I was just putting my mind in a pretzel, is to see in these types of tracks, this like rear limited track with the C3 through 5 performances. But what's been challenging this year specifically with that type of analysis is these cars, especially in the top 4, they have changed so drastically, even in just the last 2 races. Everything, like, it seems like every team has done some poor part of their development, and it's brought them back, and then they have to rethink what they're doing, fix it, and go back. The only team in the top 4 that hasn't had that problem has been McLaren. It's like they're just slowly, methodically doing what they need to do. Their only problem is they're the new Ferrari when it comes to strategy. And that's that was what one of my hesitations around Piastri this weekend was. I mean, how much more can they blunder a strategy? And it seems like every week we say, not this week, but nope, they just continue to do it. They just continue to do something that is just, and I kind of like what Ferrari is doing right now. And it's weird because I'm typically one of the biggest Leclerc haters, and I'm still backing him. But I really got to say, I've been very impressed with the way they've been approaching these races, the way they've been doing their strategy calls, and Leclerc, I know he did an awesome drive. I mean, if you look at his timesheet, man, he did not focus on anything but keeping the right pace. I think he was just at the right average pace throughout every lap on those hard tires. That's pretty incredible to do. Russell was probably the only guy that did that, and then he got that disqualification. But I don't know. It's we got a fun season. We got a fun season right now. So, but let's move on to some other odds. I did want to bring up classified. Now it's completely flipped. Over 18.5 is now at plus what, 125 in most places, I think. So everyone, of course, is expecting there's walls, there's barriers, some chaos is gonna happen. Over 18.5, I'm sorry, is plus 175 right now, when it was like minus 165 last week, in the week before. Traditional tracks, let's just say that. That's crazy. The under is ridiculous right now. I think some places had minus 165. What do you guys think of what's going to happen in classified?
I feel like the moment we take that, it's going to be a crash lap one.
Yeah.
But they must have adjusted, because 365 have got it at plus 120. Did you say 175?
Well, that was DraftKings. I'm looking at DraftKings, but like Bovada has minus 165 for under 18.5, plus 125 over 18.5.
I would back 175. That does seem rather big.
For over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the minute I saw
that.
That's shifted, I think, since last night when I saw it. Let me see what Bet Online has. Yeah, Bet Online is similar to Bovada.
Hard Rock doesn't even have it.
But what sucks is these books are also like on the over 19.5. It's only plus 375. Where's the? Give me a higher number. Give me like 6-1 or more. Come on now. What is that? What is this shit? Yeah. I still think that we may see a clean race. I still think we do see over 18. I think there will only be one DNF. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to touch it.
What did we have last year? I know Nick DeVries just being...
He hit the wall.
He hit the wall. Was it Stroll, maybe?
Let me see. Let's see. 23, we had...
Oh, no. Our favorite, Mr. Joe.
Oh, wait,
which
that's
is
Sprint.
always possible.
That's right.
I'll probably bet for last classified that weekend as well.
Ah, well, while we're there, let's see. What are we doing, Joe, for last classified?
No.
No.
I left that market for so long, and I was like, last week was the week. Probably minus 1 million to cash, and then Lance Stroll just decides to pit.
That's
he's minus 135. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I would just taking a Ocon last classified. Why not? I guess you have.
I mean, we are over 18.5 would be bucking the trend. Looking at last 2 years, even 3 years. Maybe Lance Stroll not to be classified. He always seems to be DNF in it.
Does he though?
Well, he did in 2021.
No, he finished last year. I swore he hit the wall.
Let's see. Let me get to
not classified 2021.
Here. Let's see. He did have 2 DNFs, 2021, 2022, and he started like 19th. But last year he qualified 9th, ended up 7th.
We don't want that positivity for Lance Stroll.
I'm doing it for lights. Well, I the only reason why I say that is I think from 2017 to 2019, 2017 he finished on podium. He finished 3rd. 2018 he finished 8th. 2019
plus 150
finished 9th. He just I don't know what happened in 2021 or 2022. We'll ask Rocket Powered Mohawk what he thinks, but
and he was in the better car then, but never mind.
Yeah, so he didn't do too bad, but I'm not going to touch it.
So speaking about that sort of positions. What do we think about points? I was looking. Albon is even money. I don't think be touching that price
No,
because
no way.
Magnussen was just a rocket ship compared to Albon, and Magnussen was like way behind in the grid. So Hulkenberg would have probably easily beaten Albon. I don't know, Hulk's plus 160 one place, plus 130 around that price.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's decent enough.
If you want a
Yeah.
top 10,
Oliver Blayman.
if
The
you
Bear
want
4-1.
the top 10 to
Yeah, the
take,
Bear.
if you want a top 10 that's got some value, is Yuki Tsunoda on DraftKings at plus 330.
Yeah, I just don't know about you betting.
That's the that's the only one, but the only reason why I don't know, I don't know
He's just really
exactly.
kind of been awful recently.
I think I prefer the Bear.
They are.
Yeah, I'd rather go with the Bear. I was actually looking at the Bear earlier. I mean, K-Mag scored points.
Well, Bearman is
Australia.
what you can 330. So you're gonna trust this guy still 330?
No, yeah, plus 400, plus 500.
Yeah, I got him at 4-1.
Oh, you got. Oh, so that's, I'm looking at DraftKings. Everyone is so wildly off with their odds right now. I just let's see what MGM has. Let's just see what they have.
But Haas is showing some speed. Like, it's not crazy to think at all.
No, it's not. But I'm also, there was a report that Racing Bulls are bringing some upgrades. They're going to bring some upgrades, so they're going to be testing it. Something to think about also if you're betting free practice, which is either the tests, they're just going to be really playing around with the test, and they're going to be low on the timesheets in the FP1 session, and then they start finding it, so something to consider. Or it could be vice versa. They could just really be showing something in FP1, and then you could fade them. But
yeah, let me know.
Let's see.
You can just tell me how that one goes. Let's see. Yuki's P16, P17, P20.
Oh yeah, you can get Beerman at 5-1 on MGM. What is he on Bovada then?
Yuki hasn't even cracked the top 15 in the last 3 races. I can't do it.
Yeah. I don't want to mess with any of the top 10s, to be honest with you, because I don't know. My heart says Albon's going to do well this weekend. I don't know what to truly expect with Haas, though. I feel like they've kind of built the car to be better in the slower parts of a track and still have that top end speed, so this should benefit them. It is very intriguing what you guys are saying about Beerman and his performance here, but that's also F2. But at the same time, he's also proven that he can.
He's already got points once this year.
Yeah. But that was in Ferrari, right? That was Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yep. Ferrari.
Still the same Ferrari engine.
I am stupid.
Yep.
That's at Baku, right? Charles when he hit the wall.
Yeah. I'm
stupid.
I'm not touching those odds. That's just baiting. I think it's baiting. If I'm going to do anything, I'd rather wait till qualifying is done, see who's actually up there, and then I would rather chalk to whatever number I feel is necessary at that point.
Yeah, okay. Listen, when Beerman's on pole, when he's top 3 qualifier,
and then that's when you
say we told you.
That's when you will hear.
Maybe I'll back in 0.5 units.
Okay, fine. Are you guys? If you guys are doing it, I'm gonna have FOMO and do it. But I just God. Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
Give him a free practice at least. We can give him
no! Don't let me stop you guys. Hey, listen, we're all grown adults. Maybe debatable. But
listen, I got him over his teammate. If he can do that, I'm all in.
Okay, well, so you have something there. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, then what do you have for Beerman? What are you backing on Beerman, Renegade? Do you have anything?
Points.
So
Points,
you're gonna do it.
I will do it.
At plus 400? I mean, come on.
Well, we could get 5-1 though.
Oh, what is that?
Fuck, that's on MGM. How much? Are you doing half a unit? A unit? What are you doing?
0.25.
Yeah.
I'll go wild.
All right. Okay. Fine. I will do that just for the sake of this. Let's all three make a pact. We're gonna do it. I will phone it in.
All the listeners need to make a pact to the.
To the
We
bear.
can all
To the
do it.
bear.
To the
We're-
bear.
Yeah.
Well, the apex bear. So let's do it. Fine. Fuck it. We're gonna do it. I'll phone it in for us.
Listen, we can be the ones who say we were there first.
I'll phone it in for us, Integrity. Don't worry. We'll get that 5-1.
Yeah. Let
Okay.
me get on that 5-1.
Yeah. I'll say quarter. We'll drop a quarter on it each, and that will be our victory. We'll do a lap dance.
We can boost the Discord server then.
Okay. All right. Okay. I did want to come to this one because some people were talking about it. We did discuss it a little bit, so maybe we could just kind of elaborate a little bit. Fastest qualifier and win the race, which was 10-1. I think was FanDuel. I think it was being offered. I think some places 9-1, 6-1 for Leclerc. And then Oscar Piastri 10-1. I don't know if there's others, but I know one of the guys was talking about. Oh wow, that's a good one. I was like, yeah, okay. But you had an opinion, Renegade, that you didn't like it, and it goes back to your first comment. So, do you actually have a favorite fastest qualifier and win the race odds here?
I prefer Piastri over Leclerc because I don't think that Ferrari has the race pace, really. But you could probably bet Leclerc in qualifying, but I wouldn't expect much for the race, really.
Okay.
But yeah, Piastri could get pole easily. He's only like half a tenth off or something like that in qualifying. Could easily get pole. But then you could back Piastri just race winner 5-1. All his race wins have been not from pole. So, he doesn't have to get pole to win.
Yeah, to me, it's just not worth doing any of these fastest qualifier and win the race, unless you're gonna go for, I don't know, Leclerc 40-1, Carlos Sainz 150-1. Fuck. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. Scratch that. Leclerc is 30. Yeah, I was looking at fast. 33-1 Leclerc. Sainz is 66-1. God damn it! I'm looking at the wrong one again. All right, let's get it right. 9-1 Leclerc, and then Sainz is 33-1. I am looking at the right one. I am not an idiot this time. Hamilton's 50.
I mean, if any of them are decent, it's Sainz, but he's not good enough, really.
I'm not going to take him at 33-1.
Car's there.
No,
the driver's not there.
If I'm going to do any of these, I'm doing Russell 66-1. I don't know if it's better anywhere else. I'm just looking at Bovada right now. That's the only one I would maybe Lewis at 50-1. But yeah, no. At that point, what are the race odds for those guys?
Can we just say worse odds for Max Verstappen 12-1? He's taking that.
Yeah, I mean you can. What? That's very weird. So they have Lewis Hamilton 14-1 on Bovada, while George Russell's 12-1, even though it's flipped. The books have been doing some weird stuff, man, between George and Lewis. It's like they're implying George will do good, but not do good in other areas. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't think they can keep up with what's all the chaos at the moment.
I might have to look back at that. I don't want to keep diving into it, but maybe I will take a stab at this fastest qualifier with Russell 66-1, given I'm just going to have to shop the odds a little bit more before I do anything like that. Obviously a sprinkle, expect that it will lose. All right, well let's talk about fastest qualifier. You said 5-1 Piastri, which is not bad actually, given that the guy, we know he can stick it in there. Just like Shannon Sharp, if you get that reference.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Carlos Sainz 10-1. Yeah, see Russell.
I think George Russell or you can get top each way. George Russell 3 places, which some books are offering. I think it's decent at 14-1.
Yeah, that's pretty
good
good
at qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes is probably a buy low moment.
I agree. I don't see any.
What do we say about buy low moments?
You unleash the
What we got
fury.
now.
You back the Brinks truck is what you do.
You're
Yeah.
probably the only person ever to back Leclerc at about 20-1 last week. So
Yeah. That's right. See?
do it again.
Feelings. I have the feelings,
I am stupid. I am stupid.
but I'm not. That's the thing. It was 18-1. That was very generous of Bovada. Thank you very much, Bovada. Yeah. I am not touching winning margin, by the way, this week. I just feel like
I like it. I like it under 5, even money. I'm all over it, to be honest.
the race.
Yeah, on the race. Not on the qualifier of the race. Just historically, this race has always been under 5, except for the fucking max domination year. I think ever since Monaco, really, other than Lando's rocket drive, every race has also landed under 5 this year. To me, it's just a no-brainer.
Well, technically speaking, last year, both Red Bulls were like 20 seconds ahead of the next car.
Yeah, but still came under.
So what needs to happen is it needs to be another fight between Lando and Piastri.
They
Piastri,
probably will be.
2021 under, didn't race 2020, 2019 under.
are those the best
2018 under.
odds? Are we looking at the best odds? For
Yeah, Evan's about as best as I could find. I think it might have even dropped to like 105 on Bovada. I know Hard Rock's about it even.
What
Yeah,
about?
it's still even.
Yeah, it's still even. Let me see. Bet online. Is the 5 or 6? Yeah, it's definitely minus. God, now you got me tempted again for this. Fuck.
And if a safety cars, that usually
Yeah,
brings
you get a
helps me.
safety car guaranteed.
Yeah, but that's in the minus 240 camp.
I don't know. I just don't think any. There's no. What team is going to pull off? And at minimum, dust their teammate. If you get a 1-2 McLaren, like there's no chance it's going to go over.
Okay. 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 What about? Let's see.
So I've got another market.
Okay, go for it.
Fastest lap. And I think Lando Norris is a pretty decent price. Well, it's a bit short, but I think it's all right. About 150 plus 150 plus 125. And he was saying in after Monza that he's trying to do everything to get close to max, including going for fastest lap nearly every race. And he seems to be able to do it just on old tires. I don't know if he's like saving all his battery up and then just letting it go on the last lap. I think he did it at Zandvoort. He got fastest lap on old tires, and he did the same at Monza. Hopefully, does it again. I think it's a decent play. Norris fastest lap, and the others seem to be so far behind, and they're not like that equal. Like there shouldn't be too much of a gap to the midfield, especially if winning margins low. There's safety car stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we saw Max do it when he was in a dominant car. Just go for fastest lap to get the extra point.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's plus 160 on Bovada. I'm gonna hold off. We'll see, but I think it definitely, if he doesn't get it on pole, he's going to definitely try for it. Especially if he's trying to chase as many points as he can. Actually, here's an interesting market. Going back to Behrman, this is fastest qualifier without is 14-1 Behrman without the top 5. So McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston, Red Bull. Let's see with winner.
I'm not sure we were going that far.
Huh?
I'm not sure we were going that far. That is going to be best for the rest.
Well,
Yeah.
now,
Just be top 10.
I mean, if we think about the top 10,
maybe
11-1 for the race. If you're expecting him to be in the top 10, I mean, not saying we're going to still do the 5-1 points race because you never know Albon or Hell, even his teammate could be up there, but it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. You guys got me on this bandwagon already.
I feel like 5-1's a good enough price just to leave it.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. One of them. Okay. Skipping back to FP because I had this on my notes. I wanted to discuss this like multiple times. Top 6 in FP1. We have. This is what I was going back with the weirdness of the Russell Lewis matchups. They have Lewis at -140 for top 6 in FP1. I did look back at his top 6 performance in FP1. It's not really that great. But I think the last time I did this, it was like sweat free. No problems whatsoever.
I don't think it was.
Well, it was not this past race or the race before. It was one where
I was on it with you, I remember, but
I mean,
I don't think it was as easy as it was. You remember?
You know, you got a little sweat. You know, put a little deodorant, and it was fine, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm so big on George Russell. He's had his. I would say the ones that he has hit have been the outliers, to be honest. Yeah,
and I've actually been tempted because Bet Online right now has George Russell over Lewis at -135, and I think most places are -165 for his FP head-to-head.
Yeah, 165, 170 range.
Yeah. Gonna have to think about that one. I might go in with you on Russell over Hamilton, but just go straight up. No parlays, no nothing.
Yeah, 12-3. On streets also is clean 4-0 beat Lewis. And every street circuit, George has put the top 4 in at minimum FP1. Two top 3s.
Yeah. Let's jump to Gasly over Ocon. -140
again.
I don't know, man. I don't like
next.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Oh, let's go through this laundry list. We got more race head-to-head odds on Bet Online. All right. One of my favorites. Damn, we can get Behrman over Yuki +160 for the race.
Man.
Fuck.
+160.
Yes.
Man. I kind of want to do that.
What's the next bet?
That might have to be the one I play instead of just the 5-1. If we're gonna say that he's gonna,
There isn't an option for Joe, is there, this week again?
There's no Joe. They said fuck that. What's funny is the one time I go against Joe, he actually wins his head-to-head. All the other times, he's lost. Yeah, it's just.
Who does he beat?
Fuck if I know.
Was this an FP1?
I don't know. He just
he did get a fucking
P5
in FP1 and just ruined everything one time.
Yeah.
How did he?
Russell -170 over Perez race day. You have Hamilton +120 to Carlos Sainz. Damn, Max.
I don't know. I've been kind of playing with Carlos's to finish second and to finish third odds. Yeah, you can get them pretty up there. +850, +750.
How the mighty have fallen.
You get a better price than the top 3.
You got Max -150 over Sainz. What is
this
in the
race
world? Yeah, this is I'm still on race. I'm still on race.
I don't think I'll be taking that -150.
No. I've got stung on Max already with that. And then they actually have Leclerc over Piastri right now, -150. I'm almost tempted to take Piastri because I could still get both, right? Piastri still gets in the top 3. And then Leclerc is right behind him based on the narrative I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Tempted there. So that's one that I might actually do. We'll see. I don't know how much I'll do. They have -145 Piastri over Max. Damn, that is actually very tempting. But watch Max's P1 every fucking session and we're back to Red Bull winning. Lando minus 170 over Charles Leclerc, and that's about it. I think that's the and then Alonso is big favorite over Albon minus 200, and then Lance Stroll and Hulkenberg are about even. I don't know if I want to mess with that.
Yeah.
Those were the fun non-teammate head-to-head race day odds. Which one sank to you? It sounds like Behrman.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Sounds
pretty
like
obvious.
Behrman.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, man, I'm nervous.
No, remember the
on
opportunity
a Wednesday
you had
night
up
betting
into
Hulk over Stroll was just begging for trouble.
I mean, I just feel like this could be the one time where Racing Bull, and this is why I'm struggling with Racing Bulls. I just can never figure them out. But I have this feeling I back Behrman, and then all of a sudden Racing Bulls just find it. They found it. They did something with these upgrades, and then boom, it's just hitting on all cylinders for them, and they end up being the top team.
You have to remember they've got like worse strategy than McLaren do. They'll be like, we're in the free stop.
I know, and that's what it's.
So you got that. You got that as insurance of it.
I'll tell you this: I am easing back on my unit plays on the non-teammate race day head-to-head pre-flop. I'm no longer going to do the massive, 1.5 units anymore. I may not even do 1 units. I may even just go down a little bit to that. So if I do, I'm going to do probably like, I don't know, 0.75.
0.1.
Yeah, 0.1. Well, we're gonna already do a 0.25 on Behrman top 10, so we got that.
And then about 10 on Behrman over Yuki.
Yeah.
And then more like
let's get that $10. Yeah. And what about FP1 Piastri over Max? It's plus 150 on MGM.
I feel like FP1's been the only session Max has been winning.
Man, I might
do one the chat all hyped up.
Well, if you guys are talking,
that might be testing.
Let's see. Behrman actually has got pretty decent odds for just Oh no, this is race. Never mind. Carry on. Should we just be taking Behrman over his teammate FP1?
Fine. Oh God, what are you talking about? Cat, that was my original play.
Yeah. Should we just do that? Just do that.
Fine.
Just call it. I mean, I haven't been able to speak to you guys. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Listen, you're gonna get off this call and you're gonna go watch that F2 race the whole weekend. By the way, you gotta watch the whole weekend. And be like, oh my God, I found the one.
No one told me about this. I just had an epiphany. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, that's why I was super secret.
Well, no, I mean, see, I can't parlay. Unfortunately, maybe that is fortunately. So
you don't have to. It's 2-1.
Well, no, I'm just saying your parlay. You
went to 600.
I mean, that sounds nice. That sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful, right? It sounds beautiful, but maybe I will just split it and just go, because Bet Online is really teasing me with that Russell over Hamilton, given the odds are pretty favorable compared to what the market already has. And then Bet Online they don't even have Behrman over on Bet Online. I would have to go to Bovada or other books.
At least one of the books is smart.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, what else? What else do we got? Anything else, you guys? Any markets? Anything you're eyeing for this weekend? Potentially.
I think if Ferrari comes out strong, although I would say their FP1s they've been kind of mediocre, but they've been awesome at FP2 recently.
Mm-hmm.
So if they come out and drop another, 1-3, I think Carlos is going to get a little bit of my attention. I might probably hate myself at the end of the weekend, but if he can show me something Friday, I think I'll be looking at him.
Yeah. I will be up for the early FP1 session on Friday. Don't really want to do that. It's going to be 4:30, I think. Yeah, I
Is the
will.
violin?
I will probably do it. Knowing me, I will do it. So I'll be around maybe for FP1, FP2. I want to try to hit on some more live bets there. I don't think I'm going to do the Saturday one at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I think I've done that like twice this year. FP3 is not for me.
No, I don't think I'm going to do that one. So, okay. Well, any last thoughts before we go, before we close out?
Yep. George, Pinto Beans, and Margin and Beerman.
Yeah.
Sounds like a money.
Yeah. I am going to get
Yeah,
back.
that's our way to riches.
Yeah. We will be swimming in cash. Oh, one last thing. Who is going to win the race?
One of the McLarens.
No, I want a name. I don't want just one of the McLarens. I want a name. The
How did
people
Oscar
want.
Piastri do in
I
F2?
don't want to say either one of them, but I also know there's like there's no chance Ferrari's winning back-to-back races. I just don't think they have it in them. I really want to say them unless Carlos does it. I don't know about you, Charles. I just don't know if I can trust you twice. George
I'm
Russell.
going to say Oscar
George
Piastri.
Russell.
I love what you just said, Tegrity. You, man, Merc fan for life, right there, my man. Well, just for the sake of fun, I am going to say Leclerc wins it again. I'm going to say it. I'm not saying go bet it because I'm not 100% confident, but I think he can do it. So
I think it would be fun to see Max win one just to get people kind of like, oh shit, are they back?
6-1.
But
No, thank you.
But I don't want to.
I've had enough of that.
Mega Ulta backing Max right now 6-1. No,
that'd be something.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right, fellas. Well, this was fun. I know that it's going to be an interesting weekend, but hopefully this weekend will tell us a little bit more about how we approach the following weekend, though it will be a little bit different track. So some similarities, but definitely slower. So we'll see. All right, Bierman for the win. He's going to take us to the promised land. Can't wait till he ends up P17.
Two race, 2 points. Just gonna do it. Let's go.
All right.
Easy money.
All right.
It's the British takeover.
So
Bierman points, Russell win, man. Come on.
Let's see.
Where's Renegade at, man? I'm kicking this guy out.
And the podium 1, 2, 3 is finally coming.
All right, guys. Well, this was fun. We'll see you on the weekend.
Yep.
All righty. See y'all.
Yeah.